Okay. I don't know. My mic was unplugged, no, so pasensya na for the first few seconds that you didn't hear anything. Let's get it on. Let's get back to this. So I wasn't able to make a video yesterday. I had so much meetings also and did a lot of stuff. Then pagtingin ko, it was past 9 already, so I didn't have time to make videos. So we're back here right now for Stocks by Request, and we're still doing now Dito as it has been one of the most requested. Then we're gonna talk about Metrobank because we've seen MBT continue to move up and break out from the previous range. Then we're gonna talk about ICT, and I was able to figure it out already for those who were requesting to change the chart color. I was able to do it. So moving forward for this edition, we're gonna do, instead of the color blue support and resistances and the color blue trend lines, we're changing the color to white so that it's more visible to all of you guys. So by the way, if you're new to this, my name is Marvin Germo. I'm a stock market trader and investor, and I create daily videos on the stock market trading. And for this particular channel, we're talking about technical analysis. And please remember, these are not stock picks, stock tips, but these are stock strategies and principles. Do not buy a stock just because it's discussed here. You have to do your own diligence on how you trade the markets, because your success on the markets is pretty much on how you analyze a stock, on how you trade it, and how you create buy and sell principles predicated from technical analysis. So please, after this, I hope that while we're tackling it here, you are writing it down, you are putting in the numbers also, and I hope that this is something that gives you enough conviction for how you can trade the markets also with confidence. So let's begin and let's continue with this. So I always start off with the PSEI because that's a general market, because I know also that there's a lot of you guys who track the index or track the larger companies that have large market caps, and that's why we do the index also, so it gives you a reference point on how it is. So this is basically the range for the PSEI. It still hasn't moved, no. Our resistance is still at the 6,000 level. If you're very very strict, it's the 6,033.58 level, and our current support is at the 58.19 support level. So support 1558, 5,819, resistance 6,033. It has been in that range still since September 7th. So we are consolidating in this narrower range for the past month already. The broader range is the 5667 support and then the 6172 resistance. We have been in this range since July 2020. So if you take note of it, July, August, September, October, we have been moving already for more than 3 months from this particular price range. And as you can see it also, the 200-day moving average is slowly getting close to where our price is. And if you've been noting it also, since the move that we had late May, when the Philippines went into GCQ, from late May to where we are now, we have been basically just consolidating. And if you'll allow me to put a resistance level there, the resistance there is around 6.5. So that's where we are. I think the market is trying to digest so many things also. You add the US election, you add foreigners continually selling, you add people anticipating what the Q3 GDP will be, corporate earnings will be, and if there's something that's massively bad, that could cause a move downward. If there's something that's massively good, beyond what people are expecting, that could cause a shift upward. But if there's nothing compelling, either bullish or bearish, the main resistance that we will have right now is 6,582, 6,172, and 6,033 level. And the main supports that we will have are 5,819 and 5,667 as a support range. So that's where we are from the PSEI point of view. And then from stock from our individual stocks, I want to start it off with ICT. By the way, if you want to be part of this, just put in your comments on what stocks you want to be analyzed. That's one. Yung regulars natin, si Jerry Well, si Patrick Miguel, si Andy. Thank you so much for always being part of this. And just put it in the comment section if you have any question or if you have any comment, or be part of our Patreon community or YouTube community. Links are in the description below for those who want to be part of it. Then, yun. And then you can also slide a DM via Instagram. So for ICT, this is how it basically looks like right now. As you can see, no, it's still progressing in its upward trend. It's progressing in its upward push. It looks like already that it's developing its own uptrend. And if you'll try to see it from this perspective, whatever downward motion that we've seen from here is already broken. And we're seeing ICT start to reverse, and we're seeing ICT continually push up to a direction where it's supposed to go. Just a couple of things that I'd like to note. If you put it and peg it, the resistance that ICT has broken out from is the 110 range. So that's our next and current resistance that you guys need to watch out for. 109, 100, 109.8 or 110. That was its previous resistance, now building itself as a new support. And as that continually pushes through, the main resistance to watch out for is 130. But there's also a smaller one and weaker one around the 120 level, which is where, if you look at it, it's so nice know how technicals really works, that the reason why this is not hovering higher already is because it's respecting the 120.85 resistance level where ICT is at right now. So that's where we are in. From a trend standpoint, it looks like it's reversing. It looks like it's building its own uptrend, but it's currently stopped right now because of the resistance from the 120.84 level. So there, that's where we are for ICT. Comment below if you're learning. Comment if this is something that's helping you. Now let's look at Metrobank. Metrobank has been interesting. No, we made a video on this on my original channel, or my main channel, where uh, we had Renagawa, fund manager, mention that banks are generally cheap. We had him talk about that based on its future earnings and based on its current assets, the price and where it is, it looks like that it's at a discount. And from the time that we did it, it's so interesting that Metrobank also started to move. Metrobank has started to break out. Current things that I like to point out is it broke out from the 39.7 resistance last October 9. And after that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, it's continually pushing up and moving up from that particular breakout point. So please do note that the next possible resistance for Metro Bank is the 43 peso level. I repeat, next possible resistance for Metro Bank is the 43 peso level, or the 43 peso price range. So it's relatively closer already to that area. If you look at the closing price today, it's just 2.1% distance from it. If you look at its distance from the support level, it's 5.4. So again, uh, in terms of where it could possibly be, if there should be selling that could possibly happen, it's primarily because it's back to the resistance that it has not broken out from since. Please remember, Metrobank hasn't gone above 43 since March 2020, and that was the only reason why it was there, was because it happened way before the drop that happened during the lockdown. So after the lockdown, Metrobank has never gone above the 43 level. And please do note that's where the 200-day moving average is right now. So if it breaks out from that, then we go out from the 7-month consolidation period where Metrobank is in, and we also break out from the 200-day moving average that's been happening to Metrobank as well. So let's continue. I hope you guys are learning. Let's now continue to the telco series. We have now telecom, which now corporation, which has shown a lot of movement. But if you notice it right here, no, since October 6, after breaking out from the 4.3 level, it looks like that October 6, October 7, October 8, October 9, October 12, October 13, October 14, that it has started to somehow just consolidate and start to move at a certain range. So if I'll try to draw a box here, or at least a rectangle, this is the range that it was trying to respect at that particular point in time. Now, that being said, October 15 today, it closed in the red, meaning it closed lower than the opening price. It opened at 5.45, but it closed at 5.25. What's interesting though, even if it closed lower than the opening price, the closing is still higher than yesterday's closing price. So that being said, if it stays above, I believe if it stays above the 5.2 level, which looks like now it's building its own base, it's building its own support here, we could possibly see it make a push back to the 6.4 resistance level. That is under the condition that it stays above 5.2, because if it does not stay above 5.2, then I think it will just go back to where this box currently is, and it would go to the 4.4 support level. So please do write this down: 6.4 resistance, 5.22 support. 5.22 support does not hold. Next possible support level is the 4.4 level. So that's where we are today. And as you can see, after the breakout from the 2.4 level, it's so interesting to see how now has started to move up now. How it started to continue and push and build its own upward trend. So that's where we are. Moving averages, MACD also is confirming that the stock is currently bullish as of this point in time. But again, please respect the support and resistances, and also please analyze it from your own point of view, from your own perspective. That's why investing in the stock market is never get rich quick, kasi pinag-aaralan din siya. If you will just rely on what other people are telling you, then you will lose. Then you are not gonna grow wealth. Then it's not gonna be wealth that lasts. What we're teaching here, what we want to espouse is building the right skills so that you can have wealth that will last, that will outlast you, that will grow, and uh, something na pwede nyo pang pamana. And that's what's amazing about the markets. And I just want to share this also, that one of the differences that you have in the stock market versus uh, comparing it to other asset classes is, especially in the Philippines, no, wala tayong shorting, then it's not really widely accepted that people are borrowing money for trading. Unlike in other markets, ang dami margins are so prevalent in other markets that people uh, are highly leveraged, that konting galaw, they can lose a lot of money. Here, the only thing you lose is if you really cut, but if you don't cut, you end up just holding a stock for a longer period of time. So again, there's so many arguments about it. What's better, to cut or to hold? Cut, hold, cut, hold. What's a better scenario? What should you do? But at the end of the day, you study the pros and cons. When you hold, you study the pros and cons. When you cut, then you try to follow what works for you. Because I'll never tell you what you're supposed to do. It's something that you need to figure out and learn on your own. Lastly, let's look at Dito. Uh, Dito, no, the volumes, value turnovers have slightly lowered already a bit. And if you look at it already, it's starting to build and consolidate. Uh, Support is at 5.36, resistance is at 7.07. And as you can see from that point of view, it's still heading toward this level. So if this bounce becomes valid, or at least it breaks through this particular area of resistance, then its current move is at 7.07. As you can see, also today it closed lower. Distance to resistance is 12.7%. Distance to support is around 13.7%. So again, ideal area for those who want to trade bounces, who want to trade ranges, is around the 5.29 level. Those who want to trade resistances, or at least want to trade and respect this range, please do note 5.25, 5.3, 5.33 is your support. Your resistance is at 7.07. If this does not hold, medyo malayo yung next logical larger support, which is at the 3.87 level. So there. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have not seen it yet, I know I made a raw video about ICT Converge here, but I had a chance to interview their chief financial office advisor and also their COO, and we talked about some of the more puzzling questions that people wanted to learn about Converge ICT. Why is Warburg Pincus selling? Why is there more secondary shares? Why is it actually expensive? How do you compare Converge ICT? How is it supposed to be analyzed as a trader and as an investor? So I hope you guys got a lot from that video. If you have not yet, just go to my first channel, Marvin Germo. And if you're new to this and you want more of this, the best way for you to get updated, what I've realized is there's so many tools, no, that you get updated in YouTube, and a lot of people do SEO. A lot of people try to make certain things so that people, so their videos get seen more. What I've realized is the best way for you to get updated is go to the bell, hit that bell, and then press all alerts so that every time I create videos, you get notified. Kasi the tricky part about this channel is iba-iba yung oras, pero most likely it comes out at 10 p.m. or 6 p.m. or most likely it's either one or two videos. But to be sure you get updated every time something comes up, just click the bell, smash it, obliterate it, make it stronger. Like sinasabi ni Andy, TY smash. So yun na yung signature comment ni Andy, TY smash. Anyways, I guess that's it for now. I don't know if there will be another video. If there will be another video, abangan. Ang susunod na kabanata, gets niyo yun? Alam niyo yung movie na yun? Or hindi pa na, TV show, yung mga younger sa akin, feeling ko hindi niyo na alam yun. But I guess that's it for now. Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.